Hi Lauren, just wondering, so I recently had to move my dad from his box, which is too big, hello mum, waving away, to another box because that was smaller to fit into his plot. So when pouring him in like a bogan idiot I am, just shake him in, I noticed some of the dust got up my nose and it burnt a little bit. Is that just my nostrils being sensitive, or is the dust from it, like because of the calcium and that, give a little burn to the nostrils? Just curious.
So you inhaled a little bit of grandpa and now your nose hurts. First of all, welcome to the club. Not everyone can say they've done a literal nose boop with cremains. But real talk, yes, cremated remains are mostly made up of bone fragments that have been processed into a fine powder, primarily calcium phosphate plus trace minerals. So while it's not toxic, it's definitely not something you want to be huffing like an artisanal sea salt. If your nose hurts, it's probably just from irritation from that fine particulate matter. Think of it like snorting fireplace ash, only with way more emotional baggage. This is also why professionals wear gloves and sometimes even masks when transferring ashes. Not just for hygiene, but because inhaling any kind of dust, for that matter, even the dearly departed kind, isn't great for your lungs. So yes, you're probably fine, but next time you go decanting your dad from the temporary container into his forever home, maybe don't inhale like you're judging a wine tasting, and you should be just fine. Okay, love ya. Tell your mom I said hi. How you doing? Bye-bye. I'm Lauren. I'm a mortician, and I saw your question of when I die, will they shave my bush?
Okay.
So here's the deal. Here's the lowdown. We only clean and prep what's necessary for viewing, restoration, or cultural reasons. That usually means washing the hair, cleansing the body, setting your features like your face, your eyes, and your mouth. But shaving your private areas? No, that's not a standard part of embalming or prep. Unless there's a certain reason, like very specific, like a surgical site or a religious or a family request, we're not touching that. And even then, it's done with absolute professionalism and care. Hair on your body is typically left how it was when you died. Unless it's like a little stray hair on your chinny chin chin or something, I'm gonna pull that for you. So no need to worry, we're not in there playing Edward Scissorhands. Your final style choices are safe, unless you left some very specific last wishes, and even then, we might raise an eyebrow, but I would still help a girl out, for sure. Absolutely. But normally, no.
I have a question for Lauren the Mortician. I have an ileostomy. What happens with that when I die? Do y'all remove the bag and just close up the stoma, or do you leave it open to release gases, or how does that work?
Well, hello, I'm Lauren the Mortician, and we talk about death and dying on my channel, and this is a great question. If you have an ileostomy bag when you pass away, here's what usually happens. During embalming, I was taught in mortuary school to leave everything in its place. So I'll leave that bag on while I embalm, let everything set overnight, and then remove it the next day. Embalming, I like to tell people, is like your last spa day. So we'll get it all cleaned up, make sure there's no leakage. We seal it up so there's no odor or any further leakage, always with dignity and care and love. Now, if you're being cremated, I will remove that bag beforehand. That's because it usually contains plastic, and we don't want that material inside of the retort. And on that note, we also remove Foley catheters and urine bags before cremation. We don't want to cremate them. Again, they're made of plastic, and it's just unnecessary to put inside of the machine, so we put them in bio-waste. Every person that we care for, their body is unique, and we treat each and every one with care, respect, love, and good intentions. No shame, just dignity. This is just another day at the office, and I'm glad that I can care for you in such a way one last time.
You know the trend going around, like, make sure you tie my shoelaces because I'll be running to whoever has already passed away in the sky, right? So that got me thinking, do you put shoes on a dead body? Like, you know when you're buried, are you buried with shoes? If someone buries me in fucking heels, I swear to fuck I'm coming to haunt you.
Hi, I'm Lauren, your friendly neighborhood mortician, and I'm here to answer all the questions you're dying to know at 2 a.m. while you're taking a tub. Because who doesn't ponder their own mortality while taking a dip? Anyways, today's topic is, do we get buried with our shoes on? So let's step into the subject and see where it leads us. Footwear has played a significant role in burial customs. For instance, in Norse mythology, the deceased were equipped with hell shoes to aid their journey into the afterlife. Look, he's even got them on here for a Viking funeral. Similarly, ancient Greeks offered terracotta boots outside tombs, symbolizing a safe passage into the underworld. In ancient Egypt, sandals held significant symbolic meaning in burial customs. Egyptians believed that funerary sandals provided comfort for the deceased in their journey through the afterlife. For instance, golden sandals were discovered in the tomb of King Tut, underscoring their importance in royal burials. On a practical note, dressing a body can either be really smooth or it can be quite difficult depending on the state of the body due to those lovely post-mortem changes, and this can often make fitting shoes difficult sometimes. Today, the choice to bury someone with shoes varies. Some families provide footwear while others don't, often because shoes are not visible in the casket. Did you know that? We use half couch caskets here in the States more commonly. Don't haunt me if I bury you in a bra and shoes, like heels, and you didn't really want it. Blame your family, not me. Don't haunt me, haunt them. Okay, thanks. Bye.
And maybe if a mortician sees this or a funeral director, like, I would love to know, like, is it hard for you to care for the dead people that you knew while they were alive? Or do you just have a different mindset with it? Like, you know, because I'm a nurse, I'm a registered nurse. I would not be able to take care of one of my family members because I feel like it would be an emotional situation versus someone that I didn't know personally. And a lot of times, you know, you don't want to let your emotions take over what needs to be done. So I don't know, is it the same thing? Does it not bother y'all? Does it bother y'all?
Hi, my name is Lauren, and we talk about death and dying on my channel. And you want to know if it's hard for morticians in small towns to work on people that they may know or see in their everyday life. And I get why you would think that, but for me, it's not weird and it's not hard because this isn't just a job. It's something that I was called to do, like deep in my soul. I think that people outside of the funeral industry have a really different perspective on death. They see it as this big, distant, scary thing, something to avoid talking about. But when you grow up around it or you are around it in your work life every single day, it's just normal. It's just a normal thing, and it's going to happen to everybody. And for me personally, it's actually healing to take care of someone that I know from around town. It's an act of love. It's an act of service. It's my way of saying, I've got you and I'll take care of you even now. And with that, I can't imagine someone I know from town choosing a different funeral home just because they're worried about how I would feel working on their loved one, because it's not about me. It's about them and making sure that they're cared for, making sure that the family is supported. When my grandpa died, our family, my dad and his brother, embalmed him, and then we buried him. When my uncle died, I helped with the embalming. When my cousin died, it's all a similar story, and that wasn't hard. It was an honor. It was emotional, yes, but I, again, can't imagine anyone else doing that for my loved one, because who else would do it but the people who love them the most? And maybe that's the part that people don't always understand, but death isn't the end of our care for someone. It's just a transition. The person may be gone, but the love the love stays. And my job is to honor that love and to make sure that they leave this world with dignity and respect. I know a lot of people can't imagine doing this every day for a job, but I can't imagine doing anything else. Because if I can bring comfort to the dead and the living, then I know I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. Death isn't scary. It's just a part of life.